What's up, everybody? Again, apologize for the delay. Okay, let's go to my room. Let me turn this down. Way down. Several issues I had getting started today. The service that hosts my music is having technical issues. I can't authenticate to log in, and so I just have the pre-recorded loops that's running in OBS in the background. That's a minor thing. It's not that big a deal. But where to begin? I got my finished model files for my VTuber just a few hours before stream, and I didn't have enough time to open them up and at least not in VTube Studio, because it's going to be a lot of work. I've already done a bunch of work to adjust the input filtering, and I'm going to have to do that all over again, or at least write it all down and copy it over into the new updated model, which is finally rigged for VBridger. But I have concerns. I have issues that are making me question whether or not I've wasted a bunch of time and money on this model. 6 months now since I commissioned it, and there have been red flags along the way, delays from the artist, multiple delays that required me to push back my debut again and again until eventually nobody cared to show up. There's other things too, like the fact that the model files don't say Abra. They say someone's name I don't know from some foreign country. Samir Khan. After a little bit of searching on the internet, I think I've worked out that this is a subcontractor who is the one who's actually done the rigging for my model. And but that's not what I'm being told by the artist. And there's been other things too, where I felt like I was working with multiple people who would, be using the same account, and like completely forget previous discussions. I'll leave it at that. I don't have the source file to the model itself, despite the fact that in our terms it says that I was to own all the rights and intellectual property of the model once I commissioned. So I'm not happy about that. It's not like I can just, well, I suppose I could take it to another rigger and have it redone from scratch. Or, and here's what I'm thinking about, is pivoting to a customizable model that's already really well fleshed out and has a lot of responsiveness in the facial reactions. Like, I'm talking right now, but you barely even see my lips move. It's crazy to me. I can't. But the names on the files is what really gives me the willies, because I meticulously went through each file and renamed every reference to Samir Khan to Abra channel, both in the file name and the contents of the JSON files. And I sent those back to the artist with my adjusted input levels that I spent hours working on, staring at my phone, making funny faces, noting the minimum and maximums. And I wanted her to continue working off of that. But that's not what I got back today. I got more Samir Khan, which tells me that Samir Khan is like the base template that my model's rigging is based on. But that's not somebody I've ever met. So I think my artist is subcontracting. I can do a little hunting on Discord and try to find that person. Because apparently they post a lot. Just not in places I've been. I'm not very active on Discord. I rather loathe the platform. It's mostly a cesspool of echo chambers and Gooner fests. And I don't really want any part of it. You know, the person who killed Charlie Kirk was radicalized on Discord. Other things that have touched me personally have started on Discord. They also have massive leaks of user data and have been doing shady practices regarding ID verification in the name of protecting the youth, like they always do when they try to take your freedom. Oh, won't someone think of the children? Like we haven't heard that before. Anyway, enough about Discord. It's come to my attention that there exist multiple operations of ill repute that utilize questionable labor subcontractors, either underage, i.e. child labor, or sometimes people against their will. You might say slave labor, or people vastly underpaid. Primarily from South Asia. And these are the same accounts that keep flooding my DMs on Twitter. And your timeline, I guarantee. These so-called pre-debut VTuber artists. Yet you go to their Twitch channel and they've never posted anything. It's a literal ghost town. Even Twitch says, it's too quiet here. Something's wrong. It's like, yeah, because it's a fake account for an entire network of bots that all loop on each other and repost each other's artwork that is either, using bad labor, cheap or slave labor or child labor. Some shops will use AI first and then trace it. It's incredibly hard to know who to trust, and that's why these agencies exist. Really, what is needed is a directory, an exclusive directory of verified professionals, almost like an Angie's List, of artists and non um, that can be used to match yourself with other VTubers who are open to doing collabs and are equivalent in size or slightly larger, but not extremely larger, so that no one is getting taken advantage of or being pressured or, you know, there's a lot of dangers in this space. But one of those dangers is the agency itself. You know, they hire teams of lawyers to draw up contracts, and you know, it's a take it or leave it kind of situation. Why is my door cracked? Hang on. I got 2 doors to my room. One is behind my second monitor and should never be opened. Okay. The other door goes to my master bathroom. All right. So yeah, I almost didn't stream today. I almost canceled because I'm not in the right headspace. I don't feel like playing a game. It's hard to find the words. It's not that I'm mad. I'm not furious. But I'm maybe disgruntled. Disappointed. Doesn't quite fit. Dissatisfied. Perhaps dissatisfied is the most accurate, but it's not expressive enough. You know, I've been on this journey for more than 6 months now, and I feel like I made a massive mistake in choosing my artist. Because at the time, we didn't have the ability to just check the country of origin like we do now on Twitter. And if we did, I might have gone a different direction. You know, I thought I would bring this concept of mine to life and have a very unique character concept with a unique male presenting model, despite that being like hard mode for VTubing. And I wonder if that wasn't a mistake. It's like, since they're keeping the source file, anything I want to add or change, I'm going to have to go through them or get it completely re-rigged by someone in the West. Which will take even more time. I'm irritated, you know, that I put so much work in to my content, and the model just doesn't shine like I want it to. My face doesn't light up the way it should. And I can see in other places, like in the phone app that I have, it recognizes so much more detail of expression than my model produces. And it passes that to VBridger, that also I can show you. I think. Yeah, let me just. I gotta plug this keyboard back in. Okay, and let's add the Elgato source, Mac OS, no, capture card device. Damn it. Go lock my model first. And then I'll put the filter on. Cancel. Let's make it a little bigger. Filter, filter. Chroma key. Hey. Okay. So, as you can see, the level of expressiveness that my model has is severely lacking. I just I haven't tried the new files yet. I'm gonna give them a chance. But you know, I'm not hopeful, given the fact that it's been passed off to a third party behind my back. And I've had so many delays. And I've had to postpone my debut multiple times in order to accommodate these delays that are well, the reasons I was given were pretty amateur. Almost like what I would come up with as a high school student, you know, explaining why my report wasn't done. Like, oh, my computer broke. Oh, I was sick. And the problem is that I'm the kind of person who likes to see the best in people, and unfortunately that it causes me to get taken advantage of quite often by people with less than good intentions. You know, I will give you the benefit of the doubt until, you know, I'll give you enough rope to hang yourself, basically. And kind of at that point with my artists, because you put someone else's name on my files. It feels wrong. Not once, but twice. After I went through and I did something that I was told that I couldn't do, that you could never do. You could never rename the files. Otherwise, it would cause errors. And it's like, what are you talking about? These are text files. Most of them are just JSON. Like, you can use any old text editor and open it up and search and replace. And in my text editor, TextMe, you can do that for an entire folder. You can search and replace in project. So that's what I did. The only place you can't do that in is the rigging file. You can't you see this? When I turn my head, the entire model moves at the waist. When I lean my head forward or back, the whole body moves. It's just not good. I mean, the hair moves nice. But like, that's about it. The snakes in the background, oh my god, let me show you this. It's so annoying. It's like, it's not what I envisioned at all. Let me just zoom. Oh. Zoom out. They just do this. Back and forth, and back and forth. And that's like an idle breathing animation. That's not really what I was hoping for. I wanted something that caught the eye, that was interesting to look at. I wanted them to, go around seeking and sniffing the air, kind of randomly. But even like cat and foxtails on VTubers are more interesting to look at than this. It's kind of disappointing. I mostly hide them most of the time. I'll put them off screen. I wanted to be able to like slither around the screen and move, side to side at least. I can't do that. And the whip, oh my god, this is like my default state has this whip that defies physics. It just is suspended in midair. Just drives me fucking bonkers. Let me see. I've got to put, in order for VTube Studio to recognize my keyboard shortcuts, I have to put it on is the top window, which is fucking retarded. Which one of these is it? There. There, this is my default state. Here's my chicken. I love the chicken. But she doesn't do very much. I expected her to roam around and peck at the ground. Where is it? Is it 4? This one. Okay, she does peck at the ground. But it's like, that animation leaves much to be desired. It's like a warping of the image. A little too slow also. Chickens don't move like that. Anyway, yeah. Basically, this is me. I'm big mad. Also, these little anime icons are so hard to see. Like, they don't stand out on against my hair at all. It just kind of blends in there. It doesn't seem like very much time is spent on it. And I could say the same thing for this one. This is an emote that we had much discussion about, and I asked to be fixed. Because it's not even clear what it means. It's so small. Like, my facial expression doesn't change at all. It's just toggling the star. Come on. This one looks like the eyes are fucked up. I gotta open my eyes all the way for you to be able to tell that these are hearts. And even then, they look like those Valentine's Day candy hearts. It's not quite what I wanted. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Let's do all of the emotions at the same time. Can we do that? Hit me. Look, I've got 2 sets of eyebrows now. What the fuck? Why do I have two sets of eyebrows? Why aren't these mutually exclusive toggles if they each have an eyebrow? Oh my god, I have 3 eyebrows. Why do I have 3 eyebrows, chat? This chicken is the best part. She's so cute. But that's all she does. It'd be cute if she like pecked at my hair or something. Or turned around from time to time. Did a little flap. Fluffed up her wings. Or started preening or something. A real chicken would be preening. Or looking around for something to eat. Anyway. Would it be funny if I just used this default the default avatar? I haven't seen anybody do that. It'd be pretty funny though. But no. I'm highly considering these customizable model by Two-Win Wheels. Even though she only supports girl models. You know, I'm thinking maybe Abra will have to go on a hero's journey to the underworld for a while and leave Sophie here in charge. What do you think? Bet you I'd get a lot more views. Bet you I would. Follow the Zentrea model, perhaps, and try one of them voice changers. Would you watch that? Anyway, I want to talk about a video I saw earlier today. Well, I say saw. I listened to it in the background while I was doing other things, working. I'd like to give it my full attention and share it with you because it was supremely interesting. It's about a technical manual that was written in the 1800s about magic. And it ties in with Carl Jung, who ties in with Gnosticism. It ties in with Austin Osman Spare and Phil Hines Oven Ready Chaos, which is like a foundational text for me as a teen, downloading things off of the back of a truck, as you do. Cheek puff. Cheek puff. I want cheek puff. See, every little thing like that was going to be an extra charge. And it's like, you know, if this isn't your first time making a VTuber model or rigging it, like, why would you need to charge each customer for the same, roughly the same thing individually, like for work that you've already done? You've already figured out how to make G-Puff. It's not that different from model to model. You know what I'm saying? It's like you figured out one time. Which is why, chat, they're so protective of their source model file. Because while they want to project that it takes so long, so much work to do rigging, they also tell you that if you just have the file, then they're irrelevant. As if you could make Rembrandt irrelevant by, you know, looking over his shoulder. Like, oh, that's how you do that. Okay, well, hold my beer. Give me a fucking break. I think anyone who is gatekeeping their techniques and methods are fearful that you're going to find out that what they do isn't as hard as you think. That it's going to lower the value, the perceived value of the rigging itself. Now, what I would expect to cost extra is something that you've never done before. For example, my unusual snake legs. You know, that's so unusual. I thought it was a perfect opportunity for somebody to, you know, take frankly, a rare, unique model idea. Because most of them are just variations of the same shit. And really run with it. And what I got is not even milquetoast, you know? Yeah, you could do so much more with this concept. And they just didn't. And sometimes I feel, like I'm talking to different people, because most likely I am. Most likely, I'm not even talking to a girl, just a team of men pretending to be one girl on the internet, which does not exist. Where my betards at? So yeah. I just I hate that I've gone so far down this route, and only to find out at the end that I was being deceived. Like, if they just told me, like, oh yeah, I don't do rigging, but I have a third-party contractor I use, it would have been so much better. I would understand that. But to lie and hide the fact that that's what you're doing, that's not something I can easily forgive. What about you? What would you do in this situation? Also, I never intended for my model to be this jacked looking. They made him really, really buff. At least in the arms and the chest. And even the neck is like... But, soft face. That wasn't necessarily part of my design. I could show you. I used to have it as a source. Let's see. Go to stream assets. Is it under references? No. It's probably under model. Mod. Oh yeah, this isn't even the first time I've been ripped off. Let me show you this. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see. My original character concept looked like this. And then I went and put it in the GIMP and cleaned it up a little bit and added texture painting. And I came up with this. Just lock that in. Put it behind there. So like this armor, I guess what I want to show you is, yeah, the armor has, you know, a little bit of lines that are suggestive of a buff frame, and there are a few bicep muscle lines, but that's the extent of it. And let me see if I can find the original source reference. I basically drew this as a combination of various, they call it defixiones, defixiones, I don't know. These artifacts from ancient Greco-Egyptian Roman times called Abraxas stones. I think they might have been amulets, similar to the scarabs that were worn in Egypt. It's gotta be, yeah, here we go. Let me pull this up real quick here and just convert it to a PNG. Let's see. Drop that in here. This is one example. There are dozens of these in museums and shit. So you can see there's a little bit of muscle detail, but not a lot. Mostly just, indicating that he's wearing armor, a breastplate. And like this, what I would call like a Roman leather skirt. I'm not sure what it's called, really, but let me see if I can find another Abraxas stone. Is that real? Did they put him on cigarettes? It might have been used in rings as well. Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a scarab to me. It's the obverse side of the scarab, the back side. This one is quartz. But that's a Roman one. And it's far less detail. These red ones are a lot better. Like carnelian or what's another red stone? Jasper. Model. Assets. Models. Abraxas. I put it under reference. Okay, fine. Assets. M is for model. Now let's give it an alpha channel. Convert it to PNG. see. Drop it in. There we go. Let's put that up here maybe. Some of them don't have a breastplate. This one looks distinctly more Greek. The head is more of a chicken than a hawk. But his like legs are kind of coiled up and look like a croissant. But he's like almost sitting in a meditative pose. It's not a stone, it's like a rubbing of a stone. Let me see if I can find a better image. Oh wow, now that one's definitely a locket. Let's go stupid Alme stamp on it. This one's pretty good, but it's really small resolution. Ugh. For some reason, there's a whole lot of these on Pinterest. I did not expect. There's a hematite one. I remember this one. No, I'm not gonna sign up for a free account. Fuck off. Wow. Okay, so there's hundreds of these stones that still exist. From the Roman to the Ptolemaic era. And Gnosticism goes all the way back to like Alexandria. So this is contemporary with that, and also the original teachings of the Christian Church before the Romans turned it into a tool to keep the people. I digress. Pinterest. But there's a bunch of stones like this, and I made my OC based off of, you know, an amalgamation of a bunch of them. And you know, the idea is pretty simple, that Abra rebelled against the Demiurge and got trapped here in the physical plane as a punishment. Or perhaps, you know, trapped him in the digital realm or in a video game like Morrowind, for example, to you know, toil there until some task is completed. Lessons learned. You can come back. This one's pretty. Let's see. This one's hematite. Stream, assets, references. What? Oh, I see. It's hard to find the ones I was specifically using as a reference. But maybe we'll save this one too. hematite one. Okay, I'll have to read this. Something about a 777 portal? What? I might. Oh, wow, this is quite long. Okay. Is there a reader version available? Can I reader view? Fucking Reddit. I hate Reddit so fucking much. It's like I can do a display none. Yeah, display none. Display none. Display none. Kind of wish they had like a dark mode. Oh, wait. I have something for that. Yeah, fuck yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, but I think you guys appreciate. Alright, this music's getting on my nerves. I'm gonna turn it down. I like it, but it's only so much of the repetition of the same song that I can handle. That's enough for now. Let me check Epidemic Sound again. Website is currently down. Fuck. Okay. Fine. It said we're tuning our guitars. It's cute. Let me just drop a couple more of these references in here. Instant alpha's gonna get you. And one more. Okay. So we'll start with this one because it's the only one that shows the other side of these. Usually there's a scarab on one side, and on the back side there's a unique carving. This is a tradition from Egypt that's been passed down. I can't tell you how I know about this, but let's just say it's still practiced today. We'll say that. Here's another one, a blue one. It's very pretty. And here's one more. And this one features horses. It's clearly Roman. Now, Egypt did have horses, but they were much more rare. Okay. So that was the inspiration for my character concept. Which is, you can see Abraxas between two pillars with the sun and the moon on either side. But the two pillars are actually part of a 12-inch gauge, and his whip is wrapped around. So he is the ruler of the 365. He is the one who measures or divides time. Who orders, I should say, orders himself, and thus orders the universe by measuring time and how it's spent. At least that's my idea. What do you think? Let's check out this article. I say article. It's really just someone's post on r/conspiracy. But hey, it's not terrible. Let me add a new what kind of source is it? It's a screen capture. Add existing fire. Foxu. Not that one. Not that one. Other side. Many whelps. Huh? Huh? No, not LG. This one. Yes. And why is it acting like it's a full screen? It's not full screen. Oh, because it wants to capture the title bar. So okay. Well, we're just gonna read this little bit. And I'll crop it for you. One second. I'll move it back. Okay. How about this? Let me blow this up. And maybe I'll grow this a little bit larger so you can read it in the back. What's going on here? Bottom should trim as well. Okay. Okay. So now that we've set this up, I'm wanting to read this to you. We'll read it together. Who is Abraxas? According to modern scholars, Abraxas is believed to be a Gnostic deity from classical to late antiquity, approximately 700 BC to 300 AD. Others suggest he is not only a deity, but the demiurge in Gnostic cosmology. What? No, he's not the demiurge. The demiurge is considered the evil creator of the material. This is just factually wrong. Okay, the I'll show you. Ion. It's a lion-headed serpent. This is the demiurge. Okay. It's a lion with a serpent coil standing on the earth. He's even got wings. Sometimes he's depicted with an egg. Chonu. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. See, I see this name. Oh, you can't see. Chnoubis. Chnubis. I see this all the time in my PGM. I've been on this path for a while, and yeah, this is the demiurge. Okay, totally different symbology. This is the popular one. r/Thelema, huh? Okay, maybe I'll follow that rabbit hole later. That's the same. Okay. So Ion comes from Mithras, the rites of a mostly forgotten mystery cult. This is an excellent image. Wow. Continue reading. What the fuck? I I hate paywalls. Oh my god. I wait. I miss the time when people just put a banner ad at the top of their website. Just one. Anyway. Uh, is it? Anyway, this deity is syncretic with uh, the one who calls himself I am. Ugh, that was a creepy pasta. I don't know if I'll get that out of my head. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know if I want to read this, actually. Ah, ah. Okay, let me put this, write down some notes here. Chnubis. Oliver. Semek. Okay, I'll look that up later. Let me show you. I think I'm done with this for the moment on Firefox. Where's my PGM? Greek. Magical papyri. I hate how my computer searches the web before it searches my computer. I wish they didn't make the computer suck on the Mac. Like, what the fuck? PGM. I don't want to spend a bunch of time finding this document that I know I have. Maybe preview. Maybe I can go to Preview App and look in recent files. No, it's not in there. Documents. Oh, there it is, right at the top. The Greek magical papyri in translation. Okay, let me just add a source here. Screen capture. This is preview. In case it doesn't exist. Oh, it does. Okay. There it is. Now, let's go to view, continuous scroll. Full screen. That's not really helpful. And again, why is this showing as a full screen application when it's clearly a window? I just want to do a quick search for Chinubis and see what comes up. I'm very curious about this. Because I know I've read that name 100 times. I live in this document. It's never far from my person. Okay. 170. 170. Oh. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. 160. 169. Oh. Oh. A phylactery. On a tin metal lane. So this is a spell, an exorcism spell. That fuses well, I guess the culture at Alexandria where these papyri were found was an amalgamation of the ancient Near East, which would include Hebrew, Egyptian, and Greek. And you can see that all throughout the document. Abra, Isa, Saba. This is really just another paraphrasing of the Bornless One, which some people have called an exorcism, but I don't think it is. Seven olive branches for 6. Oh my god, 6. Guys, tie 2 ends of each one. For the remaining one, use it like a whip as you utter the conjuration. Oh. Keep it secret. After driving out the diamond, hang around him. In is just a placeholder for the person's name, the target of the spell. A phylactery, which the patient puts on after the expulsion of the diamond. A phylactery with these things written. Forba, Forba, Bess. I know Bess. Charin, Balbo, Te, For. I'm pronouncing this all wrong because it's like Attic Greek or something. I've got a reference for that. So if I wanted to actually do this correctly, we'd reference the pronunciation against the ancient Greek, the primer. It's kind of just variations on the same couple of words. Okay. I think I've seen this. See Beaufort and then Forbra. They're playing with the words. And then here's a combination. Forbra. Yeah, that's what they're doing here. They're playing with the words, mixing and remixing them. This magic is so interesting to me. Pam Fulbra. Another version has a phylactery on which this sign occurs, and then that's the reference to the ion or Schnubis. For additional, see Presendance. Yeah. Okay. So speak this over the head. Put the olive branches in front, before him. Stand behind him. And say, it even mentions Crestos. Interesting. Wow. Okay. This rabbit hole's going a little bit further than I thought. Crest. Let's turn Firefoxy back on. Put it on top. Set on top. Okay. Jesus Christos. Crestos. Strong. Okay. This is what we want. I love strong. Better, easy, goodness, gracious, kind. Employed. Oh God, I didn't expect that. this can't be the context. To furnish what is suitable or useful, serviceable, productive, well fitted, well resourced, useful, beneficial, benevolent. On the spiritual plane, Christos, suitable, usefully kind, describes what God defines is kind, and therefore also eternally useful. We have no adjective in English that conveys this blend of being kind and good at the same time. I see. Christus. Useful, kindly. Oh God, not that word. Not kindly, please. Oh. Was a common slave name in the Greco-Roman world. It appears as a variant for the unfamiliar Christos. In Greek, the two words were pronounced alike. I see. Plutarch. Of wine. Manageable. Mild. opposed to burdensome. Be kind and tender-hearted. Is that Cresta? I don't know. I feel like this is a shallow interpretation. Let's dig a little deeper. Jesus Christos, and we'll add Gnostic. Let's see what we come up with now. And I specifically want Christos. Okay, thank you, AI. Anointed. Some Gnostic groups referred to his followers as Christians instead of Christians. Good or righteous one. Interesting. Theosophy? That's an unlikely source. Thus Jesus was a Christos. The crown of glory. Facebook? No, come on. What is this website? Comprehensive Theosophical Dictionary. Oh my god. Theosophy again. Okay. I guess. Let me fix Firefox over here. Hide sidebar. I'll fix the width on this. Or maybe instead of making that, let's see, will the browser reset? Yes. Okay. This is pretty good. What happened to reader mode? Anyway. Christos was the early Gnostic form of Christ. It was used in the 5th century BC by Aeschylus, Herodotus, and others. 5th century BC. So we're talking about like 400. Isn't that how you can it? In the year 400 BC to 499. It's interesting to think about the BC notation. Like, obviously, they didn't count time like that. They didn't like project forward and then count backwards each year. That'd be weird, right? If, like, on the first of the year, you took a number away from the date instead of adding one to the year, that is. No. You know, we retcon the dates after a certain point. Anyway, the Mantaumata Phythocresta, or the oracles delivered by a Pythian god. Oh my god. Pythia again? All of this has happened before, and all of this will happen again, chat. Through Pythoness. Through a Pythoness are mentioned by the former. Christian is not only the seat of an oracle, but an offering to or for the oracle. Crestes is one who explains oracles, a prophet and a soothsayer. And Christerios, one who serves an oracle or a god. The earliest Christian writer, Justin Martyr, in his first apology, calls co-religionists Christians. It is only through ignorance that men call themselves Christians instead of Christians, says Lactantius. The terms Christ and Christians, spelt originally Crest and Christians, were borrowed from the temple vocabulary of the pagans. Christos meant in that vocabulary a disciple on probation, a candidate for hierophantship. Hierophant. Wow. That's so cool. The hierophant. Just want a good image for this. From the Thoth deck? Or what's his name? Damn it. I just lost it. This is like the common. What's his name? Anyway, I'm not too far down a rabbit hole. Eliphas Levi. That's who I'm. Eliphas Levi. Yeah, that's this one. Okay. Now we're talking. I want to put that somewhere. Are you guys having fun? I know we're supposed to play a video game, but yapping is good too, and then it's a useful distraction. Sometimes I gotta return to first principles. Let's see, assets. M is for model. Abraxas. No. It's not under assets, it's under references. And how about is that a working tool? Is it? Is that the plum? No, that's a jewel. Who's that the jewel of? The master? Sorry, you can't see what I'm on about. One sec. Yes, convert to PNG. Please and thank you. And save. And close. I want to open it in the GIMP for a second. And just really quickly do color to alpha and omega. Layer, transparency, color to alpha. That color is white. And I'm going to export this as a new file. Fully transparent. Okay. Save the color palette. Let's save the color values for transparent pixels. That's it. Okay. Discard the changes. Let's drop this somewhere right about here. Oh, it'd be pretty cool to layer it on top of this other one, wouldn't it? Let me see here. Actually, it's fine. It's fine. Let's go back. Undo. Undo. And just move it to the center. Just like that. Boom. Okay. We're getting so cold up in here. Occulted. Where is my model? There it is. Why does it act like it's not locked? It is locked though. What the fuck is this? Oh, the concept error. Okay. Got it. Source. Preview. Project. Okay. So we're going down the rabbit hole a little bit today. From Abraxas to Chonubus to Jesus Christus. Christus? Not Christos. Christus. Yeah. And I've got the silly controller out like we're playing a game. We're not playing a game. Hang on. 5? Does that do anything? No. No, because I have to have stupid VTube Studio be on top. Why does it have to have focus? God, it's such a piece of shit. Angry Abra. There. Yeah, so like, why is this whip just like suspended in midair like this? Like, for real? That's crazy. That's like, it looked good on 1D, on just a flat drawing, as if it were like a snapshot in time. But for it to stay up like that, it doesn't make any sense. You should fall to the ground. Anyway. What do I have to do to make this? If I put this over here, that's going to change everything. I can't even move my model from one screen to the other screen without fucking everything up. Whatever. Let's keep digging sparks. I put in, on an unrelated note, I put in a commission today for custom alert animations. I can't wait to see how that looks. It might be a couple of months before it's done, because they got to do like pixel art. And then animate sprites, and then draw a dialog box, and make the background transparent with a few different color options. But we're going to have the most badass alerts for subs and gifted subs and tips and all that stuff. What they call them, members on YouTube. I'm not going to spoil it, but you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but the font is kind of small for my taste. I would Command plus, Command Shift plus, something like that. Yeah. Okay, how about this? And then I will fix the Firefox side. Just grow this a little bit to the right, so you can see the whole thing. All right. Now, this is where we left off. The term Christ and Christians is spelt differently. It's crest and Christians, borrowed from the pagans. It meant a disciple on probation, a candidate for hierophantship. When he had attained to this through initiation, long trials and suffering, he had been anointed, i.e., rubbed with oil, as were initiates, and even idols of the gods as the last touch of ritualistic observance. His name was changed into Christos, the purified, in esoteric or mystery language. In mystic symbology, indeed, Christes or Christos meant the way, the path was already trodden and the goal reached. When the fruits of the arduous labor uniting the personality of the evanescent clay with the indestructible individuality transformed it thereby into the immortal ego. At the end of the way stands the Crestes. The Crestes. I think that's how that accent is pronounced. Turns the E into an A. Crestes, the purifier, and the union once accomplished, the Christos, the man of sorrow, became Christos himself. Paul, the initiate, knew this and meant this precisely when he is made to say in bad translation, I travail in birth again until Christ be formed in you. Galatians 4:19. True rendering of which is until ye form the Christos within yourselves. But the profane who only knew that Christes was in some way connected with priest and prophet knew nothing about the hidden meaning of Christos. Instead, insisted, as did Lactantius and Justin Martyr, on being called Christians instead of Christians. Every good individual, therefore, may find Christ in his inner man, as Paul expresses it, whether he be Jew, I lost mine, Muslim, Hindu, or Christian. Kenneth Mackenzie seemed to think that the word Christos was synonym of Soter, an appellation assigned to deities, great kings, or heroes indicating a savior, and he was right. For, as he adds, it has been applied redundantly to Jesus Christ, whose name Jesus or Joshua bears the same interpretation. The name Jesus, in fact, is rather a title of honor rather than a name. The true name of the Soter of Christianity being Emmanuel, or God with us. The great divinities among all nations who are represented as expiatory or self-sacrificing and have been designated by the same title. The Asclepios or Asclepius of the Greeks had the title of Soter. That's a lot of words in it. Okay. That's where we got this from. Let me go down. Jesus Christos. 168. 168. Christos, excellent one, rather than Christos, anointed one. K. Weiss, 1974. Be latent, the Gnostic treatise on resurrection from Nakamati. Ooh, let us dig a little deeper. Oh, Smith, Jesus the Magician. I think I've read that. let's see, gnosis.org/ well, let's do a search. I want the source document. Search. Treatise. Resurrection. Yes. Malcolm Peel. Barnstone. How long is this? It's not that long. This isn't that long, guys. Oh my god, they're not using HTTPS on gnosis.org. What? What if I put an S after? Maybe I just got a funny link. Be careful, something doesn't look right. Yeah, show me. There's an issue with the science certificate. It's self-signed. I'm okay with that. Let me see the certificate. How do I accept it? Let's ask Grok. It's still early. The website gnosis.org uses a self-signed certificate for HTTPS, and I am getting a warning in Firefox. I want to add this certificate authority to my trusted keychain or whatever list. All right. Click Connections secure certificate. Oh, I have to accept and continue. Okay, I'll go back. Is that it? Oh, they've got reader view. Thank the gods. That's not what I'm trying to do exactly. This is temporary. Well, okay. No. Fucking Firefox keeps changing things so often, it's hard even for AI to keep up. More site information. View certificate. Aha. Okay, this is where I was. PM cert or the chain? Which one do I want? I think I want the whole ass chain. No, I want the permanent exception. Hmm. Hmm. Do I want the PIM cert chain or PIM chain? Ah, want the cert, not the chain. Okay, there is no chain. Got it. Where would I save it to, though? I guess I'll put it on the desktop for the moment. Put it in my home folder under .ssl, maybe. Go to folder, tilde. If I put it under library application support Firefox, I'll never find it. But let's see what is here. Nay. Go to folder, tilde slash dot SSH. It's not SSH though. Fine. Library application support. /Firefox. I'll make a new folder called SSL certificates. Okay, now what? I've saved it. Then import it under the authorities tab. About preferences. Privacy and security. Oh god, why do they have to make little icons? Man, I hate fucking bananas. Every time I buy bananas, I get these little fucking fruit flies. Every single time. Even like the very next day. And they want to gaslight it and say, oh, those are seeds in the bananas. I don't think they're seeds. I don't think they are. Because well, I don't remember bananas having seeds in them. Not from my youth. I think it's a cope. Oh my god, there's just so much. Managed certificates, finally. Fuck. Import. Now, how am I supposed to get there? How am I supposed to get there? If it's a fucking hidden folder. Show options. Oh my god. This is so gay. Fine. Here's what I'll do. I'll make an alias of this, and I'll drop it in the root, like so. Then we'll go here. I'll just rename it without the alias. We'll go here like this. Boom. Alert. This is not a certificate authority certificate, so it can't be imported into the certificate authority list. Boo. Okay. Oh. I don't want it under authorities. I want it servers. I guess I already have an exception here. Okay, well, that's enough. Now, that's not bad. Content width. Line spacing is fine. Okay, text size. You could always be a little larger. There we go. That looks great. Okay. Can I read this whole thing? Probably not. Probably not, because it's a copyrighted translation. Which is why, Chatta, I have requested access to Thoth AI to do my own translation that won't be so hampered by copyright law, which I think is a travesty on the intellectual integrity of our nation. But whatever. Let's see. Presto. This is what I'm what we're looking for. CHRES. CHRE7. S. What about excellent? Anointed? What the fuck? It's not in this translation, is it? K-wise. B. Leighton. Missoula. Okay, so they're referring a specific translation from the Scholars Press, 1979. This is not that version. This is the Barnstone version. I wonder if we have access. Let's go back to my search. And I want to add Leighton, if I can find it. B. Leighton. Gnostic treatise on resurrection. Scholar Press, 1979. Really? It's on archive.org? Cool. And Vanderbilt Open Library. Oh, this is quite lengthy. 237 pages. School of Theology at Claremont. Log in and borrow. What has happened to archive.org, Cheta? It used to be free. And now it's like this stupid library system where you have to check out books digitally. Like, I think they got captured. This isn't the archive.org that I remember. No. Let's go back. Google Books is the same. Hold up. Okay. Harvard dissertations in religion. This is taking a long time. Edited with translation and commentary by Bentley Lit. Available at the Boatwright Memorial Library, basement level 2. That's oddly specific. Oh, the server timed out. The little boat tipped over. Anyway, I will follow this rabbit hole later. What I want to do now is take a little break. I just have to unhydrate and grab another cup of coffee. And then I'll be back and we can get into either the technical manual for magic that I was telling you about, or we could play some video game. This is taking forever. Let's stop. Go back. You know I'm gonna find this, right, Chad? How about Vanderbilt? Available at Divinity Library, first floor. Please sign in to check if there are any request options. Aww. The trimorphic protonoia. Oh, that's nice. But they put all of the information behind velvet ropes, you know, which is retarded in the age of digital files. So like, oh, you need a license for this file. Like, are you fucking serious? What happened to the information superhighway I was promised? I don't want a fucking information velvet rope system where everything is kept secret for the academics, people who have access to certain databases. Like, fuck that. Who's in control of the net these days? What happened to Anonymous? We need to take the power back. Like, this information has already been suppressed for too long. They buried it in the sand for hundreds of years. And now it's like locked away in fucking paywalled databases. I'm so irritated. Don't worry though, we'll find it. Even if we have to look on backs of trucks, we'll find it. The specific version, not the public version that is only like 2 pages. Anyway, I thank you all for watching this weird little rant of mine. I promise I'm not angry anymore. I'm just irritated. We're gonna play some video games, like I promised. We're gonna scout out a location when we come back for where we're building the Parthenon. But I'm going to stop the YouTube stream and start it back up after break with a different title and thumbnail and stuff, I think. Or at least a different title. So yeah, my Twitch people, hang out for a few minutes. We're gonna go to break, and I'll be right back. Just gotta grab a cup of coffee and use the bathroom. It won't take me 5 minutes, but yeah, we'll just estimate that. I'll put 5 minutes on the clock here, or 6. It's already 6. We'll just reset that timer and anyway, away we go.